Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hunter Biden faces backlash after defying subpoena with press conference stunt. Hold him in contempt. Hunter was subpoenaed to appear before the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees. Now, if you remember, Eric Holder, the former Attorney General of the United States under Obama, basically told the congressional subpoena to pee off. Nothing ever happened. President Trump's children, all three of the adult children, Eric, Ivanka, and Don Jr., ought to appear for hours and hours and hours behind closed doors, multiple times each, over a 4 or 5 year period. God knows what that costs them in legal fees, but whether they're rich or not is immaterial. Why should they have to go through that? Just waiting. In other words, I'll interview you for 5 hours, and I'll ask you a question, and you give me an answer. And then 5 hours later, when you're dead-ass tired, and you have all kinds of people questioning you, and you can't remember every single word, and they ask the same question again, and you give a slightly different answer, now you're held in contempt. And that's the way the game is played. We're going to see a video here of Merrick Garland, our current Attorney General, and then a statement from Hunter Biden. So let's check that out first before we get into the story.
And our job is to uphold the rule of law. That means we apply the same laws to everyone. There is not one set of laws for the powerful and another for the powerless, one for the rich and another for the poor, one for Democrats and another for Republicans, or different rules depending upon one's race or ethnicity or religion.
But I'm also here today to correct how the MAGA right has portrayed me for their political purposes. I am first and foremost a son, a father, a brother, and a husband from a loving and supportive family. I'm proud to have earned degrees from Georgetown University and Yale Law School. I'm proud of my legal career and business career. I'm proud of my time serving on a dozen different boards of directors. And I'm proud of my efforts to forge global business relationships. For 6 years, MAGA Republicans, including members of the House committees who are in a closed-door session right now, have impugned my character, invaded my privacy, attacked my wife, my children, my family, and my friends. They have ridiculed my struggle with addiction, they have belittled my recovery, and they have tried to dehumanize me, all to embarrass and damage my father, who has devoted his entire public life to service. Become the false facts believed by too many people, and misstating personal information that was stolen from me.
You liar!
There is no fairness or decency in what these Republicans are doing. They have lied over and over about every aspect of my personal and professional life. So much so that their lies have become the false facts believed by too many people. No matter how many times it is debunked, they continue to insist that my father's support of Ukraine against Russia is the result of a non-existent bribe. They displayed naked photos of me during an oversight hearing. And they have taken the light of my dad's love, the light of my dad's love for me, and presented it as darkness. They have no shame. These same committee chairmen have engaged in unprecedented political interference in what would have already been a 5-year investigation of me.
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, my brain stopped.
Yet, here I am, Mr. Chairman. Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics. They expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say. What are they afraid of? I'm here. I'm ready. Hunter, are you ready to go across the
Why
street?
not testify now, sir? Why not testify now? Why did you go? If your father was not involved, why did you get him on the
Isn't that fascinating? We have no fear or favor in the Justice Department. And now Hunter Biden is the victim of a stolen laptop, which is a lie. He lied continuously. Continuously. It's amazing, isn't it? Truly amazing. Let's read the story. Hunter Biden is facing intense backlash after holding a Capitol Hill press conference on Wednesday in which he refused to sit for a deposition before Congress and declared his father was never financially involved. He was never involved at all, if you look. And I'm going to play at the end of this a very short clip from then former Vice President Biden when he was running against Trump in 2020 about how he was never involved in anything. Considering Hunter now it's only financially. Called Hunter in contempt of Congress began almost immediately following on the press conference, while other critics point to the claims concerning his father's relationship and his business dealings as goalpost shifting. Incredible to me. And you see that what Hunter said in the video, the mega Republicans. See, they separate. It's kind of like the progressive Democrats and the rest of the Democrats. It's insane. It really is. It's Trump. Trump's behind all of this. Trump has been badgering him, and he is the innocent victim. The crap that the Trump family has been through for the last 7-8 years is unprecedented in American politics. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, that statement is still true. He doesn't want to be behind closed doors. He wants an open hearing where each Congress member gets 5 minutes. And about a little less than half of the Congress people questioning are Democrats. So they're going to make him look like a saint. And then you have 5 minutes, and then he gets an answer that's really not an answer to the question you asked. It's just a statement, and you go on and on and on. So really the Republicans only get to ask maybe 2 or 3 minutes per person. That's not enough time. It's a farce. By belittled my recovery, poor thing. And they have tried to dehumanize me, all to embarrass my father, who has devoted his entire life to public service. Yeah, okay. For 6 years, I've been a target of an unrelenting Trump attack team. Where's Hunter? Where's my answer? I am here. I do have to admit, though, they got some serious balls on them. They really do. My father was not financially involved. It used to be my father wasn't involved, period. Saying the elder Biden was not involved with dealings of Ukraine natural gas, Burisma Holdings, or his Chinese investments and others in the United States. We have moved from Joe Biden saying he never discussed business with Hunter to a new argument if Joe wasn't financially involved. Hold Hunter in contempt and impeach Joe, Outkick founder and Fox News contributor Clay Travis wrote. Yeah, he's right. But here's the slippery slope. You try to arrest Hunter Biden, say you managed to do it. One of these indictments that President Trump has, he's going to be found guilty, and they're going to do the same thing. This thing is going to escalate. Hunter Biden refuses to comply with James Comer's subpoena for a closed-door testimony and demands a public hearing so he can tell sob stories on TV. That's true. Remember that Don Jr. testified behind closed doors for over 40 hours about the Russia hoax. Yeah. They didn't wuss out. No, the Trump's children wussed out. They did it. They figured it's just BS and we'll go through it. And I'm sure they had a whole bunch of lawyers with them. But that's the way the game is played. Unbelievable. And it's a stunt. I do have to say, though, they played this one beautifully. They played this the best as they possibly could. Donalds also reminds Hunter to claim that he's being targeted by MAGA Republicans, declaring MAGA Republicans did not impugn Hunter Biden's character. Hunter Biden did that to himself. What's Hunter Biden so afraid of? And then Hunter Biden says, what are the Republicans so afraid of? And tit for tat, and this thing is going to escalate. We're going to see where it goes. My father was not financially involved. Joe Biden used to say he never talked about his family with business. This is a major shift. Yeah. You think that's trivial? That's actually a huge deal. Now let's go back here and do a little flashback with then former Vice President Biden in 2019 running for president.
How many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. I have never discussed with my son or my brother or anyone else anything having to do with their businesses, period. And what I will do is the same thing we did in our administration. There will be an absolute wall between personal and private and the government.
Do you stand by your statement that you did not discuss any of your son's overseas business dealings?
Yes, I stand by that statement.
And there it is. And there it is. So you go from Joe Biden claiming he was never discussed business with Hunter to claiming he was never financially involved. Big goalpost shifting and lots of lies from the Bidens. Yeah. It's incredible to me. We've gone from Joe Biden claiming, and then she repeats it again. I'll tell you, it's ballsy. It's ballsy. And of course, after Hunter made his statement, he ran off like a coward that he is, because he knows he's screwed. They're going to throw Hunter under the bus, and they're going to say it's a quid pro quo to get Donald Trump off the ballot. And they're going to indict President Trump on one of these trumped-up charges, pardon the pun, and we're going to see what happens. This thing's going to escalate out of control. First, Joe had no knowledge, then no involvement. Now he has no financial involvement. Time to explain 10 held by H for the big guy. The reported bank records show a money trail to Joe Biden, and Hunter's message is saying Joe Biden financially benefited. Yeah. So we're going to see. And there he is. I wish the guy Godspeed. I had an alcohol problem many years ago. I quit in 1992, over 30 years ago. But I never made myself out the victim. I never said it was somebody else's fault. I took the hit for every bad thing I ever did at the time when I had an alcohol problem. I wish the guy Godspeed, I really do, but you still have to answer for certain things. The sweetheart deal that fell through, and it's as simple as that. But I do have to say, though, it was really ballsy for them to call a press conference right in front of the Capitol building and then defy the subpoena and walk away. Fascinating stuff. We're going to see. And as usual, it's going to be up to the American people. Now, there's already about 35-40% that think the whole Biden thing is just a witch hunt. And there's 35-40% that think the whole thing against President Trump is a witch hunt. And there's about 15-20% in the middle. And they're going to be able to decide which way this goes. Along with the courts, of course, and the Supreme Court is going to eventually step in with President Trump, and we'll see what happens there. But here we go. The battle is on. The battle of information and disinformation and convincing the American people. Joe Biden will not be the Democrat candidate. He'll step down. Hunter Biden will pay some fines, pay some money. He'll probably get some rich guys to pay it for him, and he'll walk away. And that's what's going to happen. Who the Democrats are going to pick, God only knows. And they want Trump out so they can have a clean slate of both sides. We're going to have to see how this works out. One side is going to win, one side is going to lose. But I know this for certain. The American people are losing the most. What do you think? And until next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.